म्हणायचं. आता सुरू झाला. हां. Now it is recording. मग तुम्हाला जे काही ओपन करून ठेवायचं आहे फोल्डर ते तुम्ही ओपन करायचं. हम्म. हम्म. तुमचे नोट्स रेडी ठेवायचे. जर तुम्हाला काही वाचून सांगायचं आहे तर मग तुम्ही तो पॉईंट तिथे ह्याच्यावर लिहिला, पण तुम्ही वाचून इथे सांगू शकता. म्हणजे कसं अडखळल्यासारखं होत नाही आणि आपलं कम्युनिकेशन पण व्यवस्थित होतं. आपल्याला करता येतात. मग आपण व्यवस्थित पॉज घेऊन व्यवस्थित बोलू शकतो. कारण अगदीच PPT-वरून तुम्हाला आता तुमचं तर फर्स्ट टाईम आहे ना, त्याच्यामुळे मग तुम्ही हे असं नोट्स कॅरी करत जा आणि ते करून करायचं. हां. आता प्रेझेंट नाऊ केलं ना तर विंडो म्हणायचं. नाही, सॉरी, विंडो नाही, प्रेझेंट नाऊ एंटायर स्क्रीन. शेअर. ओके. नाऊ दिस स्क्रीन, आता हे जे चालू आहे ना हे त्यांना विजिबल आहे सगळं. करेक्ट. येस, करेक्ट. Hello, good morning all. Why only 10 students have joined? Very less attendance for online class. We will wait for next 5 minutes. We'll start at 11:35. Okay. So, am I audible properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So, last lecture we discussed regarding e-commerce activities and what is the e-mechanism. Okay, e-commerce mechanism that is required for carrying out various types of e-commerce activities. Okay, so this is the diagram that we discussed last time. Then we also discussed about online purchasing process. So as a customer, what are the steps in online purchase and how one should go about it? What are the steps that we saw in detail? Okay, so this flow chart we discussed. What is the online process, right? So today we are going to talk about e-marketplaces. Okay, now can anybody tell me what do you mean by a market? What is market? Which place we call it as market? Hello. Yes, speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me what is market?
Buying and selling of goods in a particular area.
Hmm.
This is called as market.
Okay, correct. See, market basically, when we talk, it is nothing but one place, okay, where buyers and sellers they meet each other, they exchange the goods, services, they exchange the money among themselves and carry out the trade. Okay, so that platform we call it as an market. Now when we talk about market, there are two types of markets. Okay, there is a e-market that we call it as an virtual marketplace, and there is a normal like a physical marketplace. Okay, and we also saw the difference between both these markets when we discussed about, you know, brick and click and brick and mortar. Yes, so that difference we already saw. What do you mean by, you know, brick and click and brick and mortar model? So traditional way of carrying out the transaction or carrying out the business, and then online business. So it is nothing but when we are talking about a e-market or a physical store. So now here we are talking about e-marketplace. Okay, so what is e-marketplace? Basically, e-market is a major component for conducting e-commerce transactions. An e-marketplace, we also call it as an virtual market or market space. Okay, e-market is also called as market space. So it is an electronic space where sellers and buyers they meet and they conduct different types of transactions. Customers they receive various goods, services for money. Okay, and the functions of e-market are same as those of the physical market. If you go to market physically, so there is a physical marketplace, so there is a shop, there is a seller, he will show you different variety of goods and goods. Okay, different products that you want to buy, you will negotiate on the price, then you will select the one particular product, then you will pay for that particular product, and you will carry that product at home, right? These are the normal steps. So the same thing happens in e-marketplace as well. Okay, so there in e-marketplace what happens, there are computerized systems instead of human beings. There are computerized systems that tends to make the electronic market much more efficient by providing more updated information to users and also to sellers. So to sellers, it gives the information about the customers, what the customer is looking for, what the customer has browsed, okay, their likes, dislikes, orders, history, everything. And customers will be able to see e-catalogs. Okay, they will be surfing online on that portal, that particular e-commerce website. Okay, can compare different products, can choose, can customize a product and then place the order. Okay, so these are what the different types of tasks that are carried out by the sellers and the customers on e-market space, right? So e-commerce basically, yes, it has increased the market efficiency. Okay, because it increases the speed of transaction and it improves the functions also, right? Now, what are the major functions of e-marketplace? Okay, the first is enabling the transactions to occur by providing meeting place for buyers and sellers. So online, it is providing the channel logins for buyers to create logins and it, so that they can enable the transaction. Okay, secondly, it enables the flow of relevant information between the customer and e-commerce organization or seller. For us now, the seller is nothing but a e-commerce website, right? Then third is providing services associated with market transactions such as payments and escrow arrangements. Okay. See, whenever there is a, once you select the product, then you need to pay for the product. Okay, and organizations they generally sign the escrow contract with the banks. Okay, because they wanted to have, there is something called as a escrow arrangement, it is a finance term. Okay, but it is mandatory as far as e-commerce transactions are concerned. Those organizations who are conducting e-commerce business, okay, it is necessary for them. And even not only online business, even those who are operating, have their physical store, they also need to sign this escrow contract with the banks. Okay, so it is a kind of a business continuity planning. And if there are any problems in the payment issue, what are the things that should be taken care by the e-commerce organization, that is specified in the escrow arrangement. Okay, so that is nothing but different providing different services that is associated with the transaction. And fourth is providing the auxiliary services such as legal services, auditing services, security services to the e-market place. Because whenever any trade is carried out, there is an exchange of information. When we are talking about internet, www, world wide web, okay, this network is open network. Okay, and it is open to individual, like that it is open to hackers also. So providing the security services is also a prior importance for the e-commerce organization, right? So these four things are the major functions of e-marketplace. Okay. Then different components, like what all are the components of e-marketplace? Who are the players? Okay, in the e-marketplace or market space. So the components are customers, sellers, products and services, then the necessary infrastructure in the sense there is a PC, okay, computer, which has front end, which a customer see, and there is a back end. At the back end there is a database, okay. So there is a sales database, there is a customers database, there is a transaction database. So all different types of database, it is saved in the e-marketplace, like online on the clouds. Okay. Then there are certain intermediaries, okay, and other business partners like wholesalers, retailers, legal advisors, collaborators, okay, marketing organizations who are helping the e-commerce organization in carrying out their online trade marketing. So intermediaries, these is also the part of e-marketplace. And then different support services like security and payments, it is also integrated along with the e-marketplace. Okay. So these are nothing but the components: customers, sellers, products and services, infrastructure, which consist of front end and back end, intermediaries and other business partners, and different support services. So all these components, they integrated together to give rise to a e-marketplace, an e-marketplace, right? Now when we are talking about the products, products are also of a different category. There are pure digitized product, okay, which are delivered online through the to the customer's login online through clouds. And there are the products which are physical products, which are sold online, okay, through advertisement, through e-catalogs and so on, right? Right. Now what is the customer shopping mechanism? So the purchase process we have already discussed, right? So customers shopping mechanism, it is through different mechanisms we have already seen in the diagram. Yes, e-commerce mechanism that we have already seen, right? This is the mechanism where we are talking about electronic markets, then malls, portals, e-catalogs, search engines, shopping carts, okay. Then e-auctions are carried out, Web 2.0 tools are there, virtual worlds, payment system, online ordering and security and support services. So all these are what? These are nothing but the tools, okay? Tools, or we call it as an e-commerce mechanism, which is supporting to carry out trade in these particular e-commerce. Okay, so several types of transactions exist among sellers, buyers, e-marketplace holders, and major B2C mechanism are web stores and internet malls. Okay. Now web store, I think we have already discussed about this. Yes, what is web store? See, web store, e-mall, okay, these are what? These are all the websites only, okay. The basic foundation is website only. Web store is also a website, but it is owned by a one particular organization, okay. uh, okay, it refers to a single company's or individual seller's website where product and services are sold. So web store is, you know, it is owned by one individual organization. For example, Dell, right? So Dell organization, it has its own web store, okay, where it sells only Dell products. So that we call it as a web store, okay. Now there is something called Excuse me. Now there is something called as e-mall. Okay. So in electronic mall, what is electronic mall? It is not owned by one particular organization. Okay, it is similar like the mall which we physically visit. Okay, there are different malls in Pune city. So we have visited different malls, right? So when we talking about electronic malls, okay, it does not own by a one particular organization, but there are various vendors, okay, various suppliers, various multiple sellers are there, different branded companies. They are associated with these electronic malls and they sell their products online. So Amazon is what? Amazon is a electronic mall. It is an example of electronic mall where different organizations, different sellers are there across various countries and they can sell their products online. Okay. So that is the difference between the web store and the electronic mall. Okay. Now there is few more information that is written about the web store. So web store actually includes tools that is known as merchant software. Okay, there is a software that that is there with the web store and it is necessary for conducting online sales, right? The most common tools are electronic catalog, a search engine that helps consumers find products in catalog, an electronic shopping cart for holding the items until checkout, e-auction facilities where the auctions take place, a payment gateway where the payment arrangements can be made, a shipment center where the shipping arrangements are made, and customer service, which include product and warranty information and CRM. Okay, so all these components, if you look at this particular slide, we are talking about electronic catalogs, we are talking about search engines, okay, electronic shopping carts, e-auctions are there, e-payment gateways are there, shipment centers are there, customer service channels are there. So everything is possible, everything is available. All these tools are available on a web store which is owned by one particular organization. So they provide all the facility to the customer. The same facilities are also available on electronic mall because that mall or that particular website also performs various transactions. So there is a payment gateway, there is a shipment center, electronic catalog, search engines also. It is all there at web store also and at e-malls also. Okay. The only thing is at web store it is owned by one particular organization and scope is limited. Okay, because it offers the product that are owned by only that organization. Okay, that is the only difference between the web store and the mall. Then there is something called as microsites. Okay, we discussed about websites, right? We always call it as a website. Now there is something called as microsite. What is microsite? A microsite is basically a web page. It is not a full-fledged website as such, but it is a web page that is supplementary to the primary website. See, many a times what happens, you go to particular website, say amazon.com or any other website, any e-learning website, okay? So any website when you visit, it may redirect you to supplementary pages. Okay, it may ask you to click here whenever you are suppose downloading some drivers, right? Downloading some software online, it may redirect you to different uh, websites where you can download the particular software or download necessary information. So it is not a part of that particular primary website, but it is a supplementary page which is attached in the form of hyperlink. Okay, so that web page we call it as an micro site, right? So it expands on the content by adding editorial, commercial information like advertisement or educational material is also there, right? which is displayed on these microsite pages. So you understood what is the difference between the website and a microsite, right? Yes, I hope it is very much easy to understand. No complex terms are there. Just a supplementary page to the primary website, that we call it as a microsite, right? Then next we have already discussed about this e-malls. That is, e-malls is nothing but it stands for electronic malls, right? It is similar to malls in the physical world. An e-mall or online mall is an online shopping location where many stores are present and they have their own catalogs. Okay, each branded store on the e-mall, it will have their own catalog. Okay, and the mall charges commission from the seller based on their sales volume. So whoever wants to be the participant of the e-mall, right, they there are terms and conditions. Okay, where the organization or any e-commerce organization, they may collaborate with this e-mall on the commission basis, which is dependent on the sales volume. Okay, more the sales, the more the commission you need to pay to e-commerce vendor, right? So that is the e-commerce e-mall mechanism. So what are the examples of e-mall? Your eBay, your Amazon, your Yahoo, all these are the examples of electronic Mintra. All these are the examples of electronic malls. Okay, so in addition to the the catalogs, it also contain the directories. Okay, directories, information is there, information about the consumer is there who is interested into buying the product. Okay, so all this information is very much displayed on the e-malls. Web portal, this we have already discussed. Okay, buying process we have already discussed. What is the purchase process or buying process in the e-mall, where we have discussed about this chart, right? So buying process in e-market or online purchase process, it is one and the same thing. If the different words are confused, don't get confused with the words. Okay, online shopping, buying process in e-market, purchasing process, online purchasing, everything is same. Okay, so web portal we have already discussed, right? Now, how the web portal works. Okay, we are talking about this big organizations. I am taking the name of e-com, Amazon, Mintra.com, and ebay.com. Okay, all these organizations are there, right? So these are various e-malls or web portals are there. Okay, so how, what is the mechanism of the web portal, how the web portal works? So there are basically three steps. The first step is integrating and processing data from external and or internal sources. The second step is aggregation of content in a dynamic format as per user's request. And step 3 is user sees one integrated, personalized, up to date web page, okay, where he finds all the information. So, talking about the first step is nothing but the input. Okay, see, step 1 indicates input, step 2 indicates process, and step 3 is nothing but output. So input, process and output. Like that you can visualize this diagram. So step 1 consists of input. So input is there. So input from which all sources. Okay. So any web portal works. Okay, yes, of course, there is a mechanism, there is a website, there is a IT infrastructure which is required to be in place. There are programmers, team of programmers. But what data is required is nothing but the information from external sources and information from internal sources. So external sources, what information is there? Okay, news feeds are there. Okay, news feeds. News feeds means many a times what happens, you might have heard about RSS feeds, often we come across this term RSS feed. So RSS feed or news feed, it is nothing but what, many a times you visit certain websites, and then you like a particular website, and then you subscribe to that website, or subscribe to any particular YouTube channel, for example, or any service on the website you subscribe. Then you keep on receiving the emails as and when any new post is there on that particular channel or a website. So it is nothing but any, if there are any updates, okay, you keep on receiving those updates, that we call it as an feeds. And these feeds you receive in your inbox or wherever, like if you are using YouTube, you may receive the subscription or feeds in your YouTube account, or you may receive and in your Gmail account. So news feeds are there, contents report, different reports, different information from different websites. Okay, so all these we call it as an external sources of information. So company, a web portal company, e-commerce organization, it seeks all such information from the external sources. What the customer is subscribing, what are the feeds of the customer, what is the content the customer is reading, different reports of government, different organizations, different departments, okay, they act as an input, and all the data that is published on n number of websites, okay. So all these we call it as an external sources of information. Then there are certain internal sources. So in internal sources we have the internal systems of the organization, internal computerized system, or maybe there is a ERP in your organization, or any management information system, MIS, okay, it is there in the organization. So it has data warehouse, certain internal documentation, certain sales orders, certain purchase orders, some accounting information, internal transaction files are there, and the database we call it as a knowledge base, okay, because it is on the top of data warehouse we have database, we have the knowledge base, okay. So internal sources of data also play equally important role in fetching out the information. So information collected from internal sources and information collected from external sources, both are integrated, okay. And then there is a, it goes as an input, it is given as an input to the second stage, that is a process. So input is over, the next step is process. Now in process what happens, there is an aggregation of content in the dynamic format as per users request, okay. So aggregation means amalgamation, integration. So it is an integration of external sources as well as internal sources together. And then it, after combining this information, it format that particular information, analyze that particular information in proper order by applying different statistical tools, different programming, different models are used, okay, and that information is integrated together. So for example, stock prices data, weather information, databases, customer names, customer address, customer orders, supplier names, okay, daily sales, daily purchase, daily profits. So all these information, daily reports, different reports, this can be generated using the integration of external and internal sources together, okay. And then there is a third stage, that is output stage. So what is the step 3? Step 3 is user sees one integrated, personalized, up to date web page on the screen. So user may seek certain information online, right? See, you can see what is written at step 3, welcome user, okay, supplier inventory status, customer order status, stock quotes, collaboration, and news headlines or you may see today's weather report. So whatever is the requirement of the user, right? User may seek or select it. User will give the input what the user seeks. Okay, he may wants to see his order status. What is the order status? I have placed order yesterday. So where is the material in the transit? Okay, supplier side inventory, how much inventory is there. So customer can personalize the web page. Okay, customer can give the input, and according to whatever the input given by the customer, the necessary information is provided by the server. Okay, so that is how is the mechanism that web portal works. Customer is not bothered, he only see the front end. Okay, he is not bothered about what is happening at the back end. But at the back end there are different models. Okay, organizations are built on different models, b2b, b2c, c2c. So all these different models are integrated, the information is integrated, and it is displayed, that information is displayed to customer in a proper manner. Okay, in a user friendly manner. So this is how the web portal works, right? Okay. Now, what is the role and value of intermediaries in e-marketplaces? Okay. See, when we are talking about e-marketplace, we talked about what are the different components of e-marketplace, right? So there are sellers, there are buyers, and there are also intermediaries. Okay. So what is the role of these intermediaries? So intermediaries are nothing but brokers, right? So brokers that play an important role in commerce by providing value added activities and services to buyers and sellers. So many a times these e-commerce organizations, they need many brokers, okay, intermediaries, to carry out the trade. All the things cannot be handled by the organization, individual organization. So they appoint different brokers that we call it as a third party. Okay, third party. So these brokers are there which helps in providing the services to the buyer. Say for example, a payment process is there. So payment process can be outsourced to any organization, third party. Packaging or delivery services, the e-commerce organization may collaborate, okay, with intermediary or third party for delivery of the material. So whenever the customer is, say, placing some order online, okay, once the order is placed, that information is delivered to third party. Third party arranges for the delivery and delivers the product to the customer. So that is what is the role of intermediary. So any process can be outsourced. It depends on the e-commerce organization what they want to outsource. Okay, whether they want to outsource advertisement, they want to outsource packaging, they want to outsource delivery, they want to outsource material supply. Okay, they want to outsource give goods return, policy to some third party, and so on and so forth. So there are various types of intermediaries, and the most well-known intermediaries in the physical world are wholesalers and retailers. Okay, so there are wholesalers. So manufacturer is there. So manufacturer is, suppose, e-commerce website. So these, they are manufacturing goods. They are selling it online. But to whom they are selling? They are selling it to wholesalers. They are wholesalers, in turn they are selling it to retailers. So wholesalers, retailers, these are nothing but we call it as an third party or intermediaries. Okay, brokers. Brokers are also there. So which person is called as a broker? Okay, a broker in e-commerce is a person or a company that facilitates transaction between the buyers and sellers. See, many a times you may be uh, those who are working in a share market, they know the concept of broker. Okay, so there is a broker who is giving the services related to your it provides various stock related services to the customer. So all the information, maintaining the account of information, suggesting him or her about where to invest, what to invest, in which amount to invest, how many shares to purchase. So all these things are taken care by the broker. Okay, so broker is like a guide to the customer, individual customer. Okay, so that is the concept of broker, right? So e-trading organization is that, now these are certain some basic things that are written here, that when we call it as e-trading organization, it is nothing but a company that organizes online store in one place. Okay, and then carry out the trade. So Yahoo Shopping, Alibaba.com, all these are the examples of e-trading websites. Now there is something called as a comparison agent. Okay, online. What is a comparison agent? Comparison agent is nothing but it is a company that helps consumers compare the prices, encourage the user comments and customer service at different stores. So this is also a kind of agency or third party. Okay, we were talking about just the wholesalers, brokers, but here we have also the comparison agents, which helps us in facilitating. Different websites are there. Yes, when you want to purchase a laptop, you may come across such comparison, some websites which will help you in, suggesting you which is the better product for you. It helps you in comparison. Okay, there is this website, um, policybazar.com, right? Policybazar.com. So this is also an example of your comparison agent. Okay, it is a broker company, and it is helping you in finding out a good policy for you, and you can they will redirect you to that particular organization when you want to, if you visit that particular policybazar.com, you may come across different n number of companies are there, and different plans of those companies, and you can easily buy any policy from that particular website. So it helps you in comparing the benefits, comparing the EMI. Okay, comparing what is the maturity amount, the initial investment, the paying pattern, and everything. Okay, then matching services. So these are the services that match the entities such as jobs to the applicants and buyers to the sellers. For example, when you search anything on the Google, है ना, vacancy for assistant manager in insurance company, so it will match your, you know it will match your content, whatever the content you have written in the Google search bar, that content will be matched with those of the websites, those what is written on the websites, and accordingly it will show you, or it will prompt you with the result. So we come across n number of websites whenever we type a certain thing. What actually works at the back end is the mechanism. Okay, matching mechanism that is there on the Google server. Okay, so these services helps us in matching the entities such as jobs to the application, right? So this is the example, okay, of the broker organizations. Okay, distributors are there, wholesalers, like I told you, like this, wholesalers and retailers are there. There are also wholesalers or distributors, wholesale distributors in B2B kind of business. So a special type of intermediaries are there in the e-commerce is the B2B e-distributor. These intermediaries, they connect manufacturers with business buyers. So manufacturers are directly, okay, Manufacturers, they directly are connected with the buyers. So in case of B2C, manufacturers directly connected with the customers. In case of B2B, the manufacturers are directly connected with the distributors, wholesalers and retailers. So that is a B2B kind of distributorship, online distributorship. Okay, so these are all based on the models, right? So this we call it as an intermediaries. Okay, you may come across MCQ. Now your exam is going to be online only, I think. Okay, so in this case, you may be asked, okay, find the odd man out. So customer, distributor, retailer, which is odd man out, like that. Okay, so you may come across such MCQs in your exam. So just remember who are the, when we call it as intermediaries, they are nothing but, brokers, wholesalers, retailers, right? Distributors, comparison agents, and so on and so forth, right? So that was about intermediaries, online e-commerce intermediaries, and that we call it as a third party. Okay, yes, are you getting, have you understood? Hello, students. Are you there? Hello, Shankar Kasture. Are you there? Do we have a student, Shankar Kasture? Hello, who is this? Shankar. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Vijaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vijaya. Are you there? Okay, fine. See, be interactive. Huh? I am not able to make out whether you are getting, not getting, are you understanding, not understanding. Hmm? Keep on saying yes, no, something, respond. Okay, right. Okay, this also we have talked about. You might have come across the term e-catalogs. Hmm? Whenever you do online shopping, yes, first what you see is e-catalog. Okay, so what is e-catalog? A catalog is what? Catalogs generally, whenever you go to any hotel, okay, you get printed catalogs. Whenever you go to any shop, you may see the catalogs, and then you may want to see that particular product or that particular dress. Okay, so catalogs are nothing but what? They have been printed on paper for very, for generations. I mean, now there is a electronic catalog, but previously, when e-catalog or internet was not much popular, there were physical catalogs which were printed on the paper. Okay, and people used to look at the catalog and then see the material, compare the prices and so on. So nowadays everything we are getting online. So electronic catalogs are there in, so quite a few years back there were CDs, and on the CDs or DVDs we used to see the electronic catalog. But now, with the help of internet, now all the product information is printed on the e-catalogs. Okay, so e-catalogs consist of product database, directory, and the presentation function, right? So presentation function means they are presented in a very delightful manner to the customer in a proper attractive designs, okay, some with a high graphic design, right? High graphic designs are there, high resolution, and the product catalogs are made, the features are mentioned on the product catalog. So what all information is there on the product catalog? The picture of the product, okay, different features of the product are printed on the e-catalog, their rates, their availability, their warranty, their guarantee issues, okay, the colors, the sizes, okay, all this information is there on the electronic catalog. So they are actually seen as a backbone of most e-commerce websites, okay, which are selling the products, because customer whenever they visit the website, they first see the catalog, they click on the product image. Once you click on that particular product image, it it opens you it opens that product's catalog, okay, and once you see the information, you read the information, you browse different information of that catalog, and then you drop or select that particular whatever the product and add it to your shopping cart, okay. So the first step which attracts the customers this thing mm, customers attention is the product catalog, okay, right? So let me just show you some of the online product catalogs, right? Right, so deals of the day are mentioned. Now this is the Flipkart website, okay. So if you want to see the information, you click on the product, okay. Now once you click on the product, on the left hand side you can see the categories, okay. There are different filters which are available, okay. You can see the filters here, the tabs, what type of speaker you want to see, whether you want car speaker, gaming speaker, home theater, looking for laptop speaker, smartphone speaker, so on. Then which brand you want to see, so accordingly you can select. Suppose if I wanted to see home theater, right, and let's see the customer rating is 3 and above, it will automatically show you the range of products, okay. You can see the moment, depending on, yes, depending on whether you want wired or wireless. So suppose I say wired, okay. So actually it will show you the products as per your, so the color option is only black, right? Now Crison, Genius, okay. Suppose if we click on this particular link, it will now show you the information, okay. So all the information, this is nothing but all the information about the product. You can, if you scroll your mouse, you can see the product image, okay. And you may also see the details, okay. See the details of product description. So this is nothing but the catalog, okay. Product description, what are the features, there is a USB connectivity, music functions, view all features, FM radio, record your favorite tunes, okay. So catalogs along with the specification, see the different specifications, the users rating, okay, what are the ratings given by user, the reviews are also there. So these reviews actually help you in buying the better product, okay. It builds your confidence. If a customer is giving a good feedback, you tend to buy that particular product. So this is what? This is a product catalog. So product catalogs, they are integrated on the website itself. You can see different categories. Okay, different categories: men, women, baby, kids, home furniture, sports, and all these things are there. So if you wanted to buy a phone, you can see the highlights. Okay, who is the retailer? Now this is a particular seller, right? He is selling this particular product online. Okay, the specifications, add to cart, buy now. So like that, the product catalog, you can see the product from different angles. Okay, you can take a closer view like this. You can take a side view of the product. So you can see the product in three-dimensional manner actually. Okay, yes, got it.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
Yeah, fine. So I think that is it for today. If any doubts, you can ask me. Yes, any doubts? The subject is very easy actually. Yes, whatever we are discussing, that things we already know. They are no difficult to understand, right? Fine. So the lecture is over now. Fine. If there are no questions, then we will stop this meet, right? So you can leave.